Hey, how's it going? My name is Zach. I want to talk to you about AI game assets. It's a library I created. It's available on NPM to work with Phaser for 2D games. If you've ever tried to vibe code a game, you see that currently the model is doing like excellent job on coding the first shot and fixing behaviors, but it doesn't necessarily for now doing a good job in generating good art or art that I want. So I want to be able to have more control over the art. So that's kind of like the point of this library, to give you the ability to generate art from within the game and automatically see how it looks in the game. So you have like a fast feedback loop. So let me show you. Just like if you want to use it, basically you need like an N file. Currently it needs OpenAI key and 11 labs if you want also sound effects. So you just create an N file with the keys, and then you tell OpenAI or Claude or whoever create this game for me. Use the AI assets library from npm and Phaser and create my 2D game. And if the model is good enough, hopefully it would know how to do it for you, and it will create all of the graphical assets using this library, and then you can update it in game. So let me show you, like there's a demo in the GitHub project. I can just show you for a second a little bit of the demo. So we have generated music, we have a spaceship that can shoot, aliens, everything was like generated by AI. There's effects, I could get hit, there's animation for that. And if I finish off this screen, it's, hold on, let me kill all the aliens. And last one. And
new wave incoming.
There's like a voice, new wave incoming, so that's another feature of the library to create voices, and it's just basically endless until you die. Alright. So that was the game. And in the top right corner is where the music. In the top right corner is where you have the designer that helps you generate assets. So if I look at the asset designer here, I have all of my assets here. So I have the background and the space and stars, and they have like their own animations. If I don't know if you saw their stars in the background, and I can look at the aliens themselves. So I have all of the aliens, and they each have like their different animations. And so I have the lasers, I have also the UI, I also have the sound effects here, I have the music. Hold on, I have the sound effect like the laser, right? I can play it here. And yeah, I have a style that basically you can do like a prompt for how you want to style. You can upload reference image, and it's going to use this style for all of the images, right? And so let's do a test. Let me change the hero shape. Hold on. Okay, let me change the hero from a spaceship to a clown, and let's see how that looks. So I'm going to hero shape. So I have the base image, which is the base image from which all of the animations are generated. So first of all, I need to generate a new base image. So I'm going to delete a spaceship that looks like a clown with a big red nose. And I'm going to do regenerate. And it will generate, it's calling OpenAI Images 2.0 currently. It's going to generate 3 options for me to choose from. If I don't like them, I can regenerate again, etc. Hold on, it's still generating. You can see the progress. Let's see what we get. Okay, so I got the first one. I got the second one. and I got the third one. So I'm going to go with the one in the middle, and I will promote it. And now it's being used as the base image, and I can now create an animation for it. So I go to the idle animation. Let's change the prompt a little bit. Hero star hero clown ship idle animation, and I'm just gonna generate my idle animation now. So the idle animation is a sprite sheet, and you tell it how many frames do you want. So currently it's 4, but I can tell it I want 8 frames for my idle animation. And it's calling images 2.0. One quirk with images 2.0, it doesn't support transparent background. So this library is doing post-processing on whatever OpenAI gives us, hopefully to get to add the transparency. So get rid of the magenta background that the library is telling the AI to use, and then it's going to regenerate. So we've got the first one, second one, changing the all right. Yeah, so I can basically select which animations I want here, and the moving animation is still like my spaceship, so I can, and the shooting animation is still on spaceship, but you can see that my idle animation, I'll choose this one, I'll promote it. And now once I promoted it, even if I refresh my game and restart my game, I have my clown animation, right? And then I can go on and do all of the other animations. So I can go here, and it will use my base images, my base clown image, and go and use the animation all over the place. And so it's going to use it for, I can do it for the shooting and getting hit and moving left, explosion, etc. So let's do another one for shooting. Hero clown ship shooting animation from the nose. All right, undo regenerate. If I didn't click on promote, if I don't click on promote and I restart the game, it's not gonna actually change it. But if once I click on promote, it's changing the asset in the source code. So that's why I can have my fast feedback loop. Right, so I'm waiting for my shooting animations. Okay, I have one. We can try it. It's okay. Yeah, that's nice. Let's see the 2 other, and we'll choose one. Okay, so I have this one or this one or this one. I'll choose this one, I'll promote it, and now I have it. And so I can do this for all my animations, and I have a complete character with all the animations. And yeah, so what else? If I am doing, like, say I do have an artist, and this is placeholder art, and I get the actual art, I can then just upload and take an actual asset that I got from the artist. I can also see previous versions here. So I can see previous versions I have, right? So I can change it to this, and then I'm using a previous version. So I have also, it remembers all my versions, but I can also delete ones. Right, and if I look at, I can also edit an animation. So let me go back to my clown. I can go and edit animation. I can have like, I have all the frames. I can change the delay. I can move them around if I want. And to play with it, I can change the scale, change the rotation for each frame individual, or I can do everything. And I can also tag an animation, so a frame. So this frame is tagged as shoot, so the laser is going to be using this frame is going to use for timing when the actual generating the shoot. We have a simple image editor if we want to touch up and change things, right? So we can. So there's also that. So yeah, I can do stuff if I want, and save. And now we have this in our frame. I also have, you can upload a single frame from another image animations if you want. So you have that. I think that covers animations. If I look at sound effects, hold on, I need to see an animation. Sound effects, alien laser. All right. So I can regenerate multiple sounds, and I can choose one, and I can edit here the sound. So I can say, like, currently I got 2, so I can do this, or just 1, and change the volume, change the speed, etc. So these are like the options to edit audio. And music is the same. For voices, I have so I have an announcer. So it has it's the same as getting a base image. So there's a base voice. So you need to give him like a demo sentence and a prompt for how you want it to be.
Wave incoming. Keep your shields ready, pilot. The invaders are descending fast. The lake.
So I have like, this is like, it needs to be a big demo sentence for 11 Labs to give you a good base voice, and then once that you have multiple lines. So I can say the text to say, I can give you the direction, and then
New wave incoming.
And then I can generate 3 options and select.
New wave incoming. New wave incoming. New wave incoming.
Yeah, so this is for voices. So now let's talk a little bit about targets here. So we have target to target if you want. I have my my default, let's say 6040 by 6040 image. I want to have like a wide version. I want to have like a portrait version for mobile. So we have like multiple versions here. And if I look for this one, I just did change the background, and everything else is the same. So if I look at my background, I can look at the mobile version of the background. So there can be different versions, and I can derive one from another, right? So let's say I started with the mobile, with my portrait, narrow, and I want to create my wide, so I can do a derive. I can choose which target I'm deriving from. I'll choose the mobile portrait. And then I have like strategy for how do I derive. I can just generate, use it as reference and generate, or I can scale it. I can do an extend, so like use the extend API. I can do tiles, I can crop, like if I do tiles. So tiles and stuff, it's not using AI, it's just doing a tile. Crop is if I want to go from a big, from wide to mobile, like the other way around, I can crop. And generate, extend, those are actually used AI. So this is, yeah, for deriving. Okay, so now let me show you a little bit about how the file structure looks. So basically, I have like the folder structure is what actually emulated in the designer. So I have my assets in the same folders that I want the hierarchy to look like in the designer. So I have my graphic, music, sound effects, and voices. And each one is a JSON with the manifest. So you have actually the actual prompt that you want to generate, and you have like previous versions. The actual assets are in public. So you have a lot of assets here, but important to note, when we bundle this for multiple platforms, we don't actually bundle everything. We bundled only the latest version, and only for the target that we need. And we have the default target, which if you didn't override, like in my demo, I only did an override for the background. Everything else is using the default. So there's like the script to bundle it only uses the actual assets that you need, the actual versions that you need. Yeah, so basically that's it. The library is AI assets. You tell Claude or OpenAI or Gemini, use this library with Phaser, create my game. It will create, hopefully, the hierarchy of assets for you, and then you, in your game, you play with it, you change the asset, you find something that you like, you promote it. If you have an artist on your team, you can do this for your placeholder art, and then your artist will give you better art later. Or if you just vibe coding the whole thing yourself, so this is a very convenient way to move fast, but still have control over, like taste over what you generate. Yeah, that's it. I hope you enjoyed.